Ideologies, Religions and Congregations, Spiritual Struggles, Supremacy. Revelations of Jesus Christ from 1884 to 1950. The spiritual struggles preceding Christ's kingdom of peace on earth. Thus saith the Lord. Just as I announced my coming in the second era, I now announce to you the war of creeds, ideologies, and religions, a sign of preparation for the establishment of my kingdom of spiritualization among men. My word, like a sword of fire, will destroy the fanaticism that has enveloped men for centuries. It will tear apart the veil of ignorance, and it will reveal the bright, luminous road that leads to me. For the peace of my kingdom to be established among men, a war of doctrines, religions, and ideologies must be carried out first. A war in which the doctrines rise to battle one another, and in which some use my name and truth to confront the false idols of others. This will be the new struggle, the spiritual battle where the false gods will be knocked off their pedestals and fall, and every lie you have believed to be true will be exposed forever. Then you will see the truth rise radiantly from that chaos of confusion and darkness. Spiritualism induces a worldwide battle among ideologies, creeds, and religious cults. But after that conflict, this teaching will bring blessed peace to men, of which they are in such dire need. And it will make the sun of my divine justice shine upon all spiritual beings. I am preparing and warning you for the time of confusion among ideologies, so you may free yourselves from the inner struggle of the spirit and the torture of thoughts. All ideologies, doctrines, theologies, philosophies, and creeds of humanity will be shaken, symbolizing a storm, a true tempest of the spirit, on whose churning waves you shall sail and stay on top of, according to my will, until the storm and the darkness have subsided. I give you no better formula for overcoming this trial than prayer, as well as the practice of my word, by which your faith will be continually fortified. That clash of ideologies and creeds, that battle is absolutely necessary for all of the infirmities and errors that have accumulated at the bottom of every cult and institution to surface. Only after this storm has passed will men be able to begin a moral and spiritual purification, for they will see the truth come to light. They will recognize it, they will feel it within themselves, and they will no longer be able to nourish themselves with imaginings and pretenses. Every man freely uses the vital exposure of the sun on his body, recognizing that upon the sun's light, heat, and influence, all material life is based. And in like manner, he shall make use of the light of truth as well, taking from it whatever he requires for the preservation, strengthening, and enlightenment of his spirit. Then a power never felt before by man will come into effect, because his life will adapt ever more to the true principles of life, to the norms established by my law. The struggle for spiritual supremacy on earth. During this time, there is a struggle between ideologies and doctrines. Each and every man wants to be right, but who can even be right in this contest of selfishness and personal interests? Who can possess the truth? those who believe they possess the truth and travel on the road of perfection, and then become vain because of that. Truly, I say to you, that they do not yet know the way. For to find it, humility is required, and it is enough to cease being humble by not recognizing the truth contained in the beliefs of others. I have been telling you this since the second era. Blessed are the meek and humble of heart. The man who judges the faith and beliefs of his fellow men distances himself from salvation, for in his pride and folly he attempts to be equal to God. You ask me what I am trying to accomplish by manifesting myself in spirit to humanity during this time. To this I answer you. What I seek is your awakening to the light, your spiritualization, and your unification, for you have been divided throughout all of time. While some have striven for the treasures of the Spirit, others have devoted themselves to the love of the riches of the world. Spiritualism and materialism in perpetual conflict. Spiritualists and materialists who could never understand each other. Remember when Israel, awaiting the Messiah, had him before their very eyes, and they divided themselves into believers and deniers of my truth. The explanation is simple. The believers were those who awaited me with the Spirit, and the deniers were those who awaited me with the senses of the flesh. Those two forces must confront each other once again, until the truth arises from the struggle. The battle will be fierce, because the more time passes, the more men love the material, since their science and discoveries make them feel that they live in a realm of their own, in a world of their own making. Today, every man believes to know the entire truth. Each religion says it possesses the truth, and the scientists claim to have found it. I tell you, no one knows the absolute truth, since man has not even been able to understand the part that has been revealed to him already. All men bear within themselves a part of the truth, as well as a part of the errors which they confound with the light of truth. The conflict approaches in which all these forces shall battle one another, each wishing to enforce its own ideology. But in the end, it shall not be the victory of a human ideology, of a scientific theory, or of a religious creed that prevails, but the harmonious union of all the good points of view, of all the superior beliefs, of all the forms of worship elevated to the highest spirituality, and of all the sciences devoted to the service of true human progress. I shall permit men to speak and expound their ideas, to let them publicly display their rites and worship, that they argue and struggle, that the scientists present their most advanced theories, that everything hidden within each spirit comes to light and makes itself known. The day of the reaper is near, the day when the conscience, like a relentless scythe, cuts off all that is false within the heart of humanity, root and all.